If you're watching us, we are Banya. We are, recruiting foster carers and helping support foster carers all around the UK. Get in touch with us, be part of our team. The numbers are showing on your screen, 0800 989 0135, and you can get in touch with us at info.banya or at Banya Fostering, and we'll be happy to help you through, support you through becoming a foster carer with us. And Mappa, you're still there. We want to take some questions if we have any questions from our viewers.
Wonderful. We do have a lot of questions today, and more than questions, you have received a lot of love in the comments. There are so many people saying you guys are amazing. You're doing such a great job. Feven, your kids are so talented. Their drawings are amazing. Cindy, you're doing so great. Please go after we finish here and read through everything that they're saying, because there are so many lovely comments. But let's get started with the questions. Question number 1 is for Feven. I know you have your own birth children. How are the dynamics within the house in regards to homeschooling?
Oh, perfect. Like I mentioned before, I have 18, 17, 15, and 12. The 15 years old, he got lessons online, which is live. So I have to keep him in his room. But I make sure he have breakfast early, and then I set him off, come downstairs and set the other children, sitting down with them and supervise them. Break time, we do the same thing. We continue. We work like a team. My children are Matu, and we work as one family together. So I have no problem with my birth children. It's just organizing. I get up early, organizing my day by day. That's the key I have in my own house.
Wonderful. And we have also gotten some comments of people who are struggling a little bit with specific subjects like maths or English. So I know Heaven said you shared some photos that you like to use with your children. Maybe you can share them again for everyone to get their names. Yeah, and sure. While Feven is sharing his screen, I want to let you know about another service that I personally adore. It's called Khan Academy. And they have free resources that help children with work. And they have all sorts of subjects like maths, English, biology, chemistry, and all of their courses are for ages 2 to 18. So I am going to share this now on the chat. And for those of you who are having any challenges explaining, I don't know, chemistry to your children or anything like that, and they need a little bit of extra support, you can use this website that is really amazing. So Heavens, you have your English page now. Please tell us a little bit about this again so that people can get their names for the English and the maths website.
Yeah, this is HarperCollins children's books. This is just to help with reading. Kids like to read, and we can't go to the library, so you can go online. Sign up and get access to some fantastic books for kids to read. This is not the only resource online. There's many that you can find. Some are paid, some are free, but this is certainly one very good resource. The same thing as well for maths. The Maths Factor online. You can sign up, join for free today, and you can get access to some free stuff on there as well. And some of the more advanced stuff you may have to pay for it, but there's a lot of free stuff that you can find to help with your kids. And when you look online, you'll see a lot of different stuff that you can also be signing up to or downloading for free, or some paid stuff. So yeah, check it out when you have a chance.
Wonderful. So we have another question. This one is for Heavens. With 6 children, do the oldest ones help with the monitoring of the younger ones, even though they also need monitoring themselves?
Yeah, actually, because my eldest daughter is 13, going to 14, so 4 of them are in school. The youngest is in year 2. So I find that the oldest ones, especially the 2 old ones, they really help support the younger ones with their schoolwork. So it saves me a little bit, because otherwise I will have to be doing quite active helping. But I make them sit together in one space, and it's a little bit difficult because obviously space is an issue, but it just helps them to work together as a team and support each other and check with the reading, especially for the young ones. So yeah, it is good. And then the last two, the younger two, we try to keep them out of that space so there's no disruption. So that for the 3 hours that they're doing the schoolwork, there's minimum disruption.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. And then we have a question for Cindy. You mentioned golden time on Fridays. Is this used as a special reward, or does it happen every Friday regardless?
We do exactly what they do at school. If they've all the children at school get in her school, they have golden time on a Friday afternoon, unless they've done something where they don't get it because they don't deserve it. So she hasn't ever had that situation. She always has golden time. So we always do golden time on Friday. And that will be, as I say, whatever interest she likes to make cakes and do some cooking and so on. So whatever her choice is, but that's Friday afternoons, exactly like school. And, as I think Bevan may have mentioned, going to bed at the right time is also important. You can't say just because they're not going to school. They have to, the whole routine has to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
So I think that's very important. And we also have another question to all of you. So right now we're living in an age where everyone has smartphones and tablets and so many apps and things like that. How do you keep your children from spending all day long on their Instagram or their cell phone or anything like that? So let's start with Cindy again. What do you do?
Well, every day we have set times. So they have to be, if they're ready by 8:35, then they have to be completely ready for school day. Then they'll get their iPod and iPhone and so on for their social media. At 8:55, they have to hand that back in and get their laptop ready so they're online by 9 o'clock to start working. And then in the break and in lunch times and after school time, then they have their social media, whatever it is, their devices. And then at bedtime, of course, a certain amount of time, which is usually about half an hour before bedtime for the younger one and an hour before bedtime for the older one, we have their devices overnight. So they only have their devices when they're allowed. And if they have done something they shouldn't do, they lose an hour of internet time for each thing they shouldn't have done. That's our main consequence for everything they do is you've lost an hour. It works, it's simple, it's easy. You've lost an hour of internet time. And they don't argue because they know there's no point.
And Bevan, do you also use a schedule like Cindy does?
It's similar, like Cindy said. If I normally say, for example, if they start 11 o'clock, I'm just giving the example, and then they exit the time, they don't go next hours, the golden time. We have golden time Friday at home as well. So they lose that playing time on Friday if they don't listen or they go extra. Normally, I take the phone in the kitchen, any gadget, until we finish everything. That means if they don't follow the rule, we will spend not having golden time on Friday. So it's similar what Cindy said, yes.
Mm-hmm. And Heavens, do you have any other tips that parents could use to keep their children from being on their games and their phones and their social media?
Yeah, what I've done lately is I have blocked on the Wi-Fi, especially the home Wi-Fi, I've blocked social media. My wife and I can access social media if we are on our mobile network, but the Wi-Fi I blocked, Instagram, Facebook is blocked, so they can't go on there if they wanted to. And I make sure that during school time they are not on there. 6 o'clock for my eldest daughter who's got a phone. 6 o'clock is the cutoff time, but normally a lot of her apps stop working anyway. Much earlier before that. So we try and manage how much time they're spending online. We've got laptops in the house, so it's very difficult to move around with a laptop. You can only sit down for an hour or two with breaks in between, do your work and close the laptops. And so mostly we don't have too many gadgets in the house. It just helps us to manage the time that kids are spending online.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So we're running a little bit, today's video has been a bit longer than normal, but I just wanted to take advantage of all the questions that we have received, because I think
Yeah.
they can be really valuable for parents watching right now.